the way.
We're wanted men. I have spoken.
So we are an hour, 2 hours outside of JoeFest. It's 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. And Jason, how you doing, man?
I'm extremely tired. It's my third cup of coffee, which I think is 2 cups combined, so I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll wake up. And
Yeah.
you?
I'm good. I'm like you. I got my large cup, or actually it's just a medium.
Speed trap ahead.
Oh, speed trap. You'll hear my GPS
It's
because
a trap.
I don't know.
All crap, slow down.
I'm about 2 cups in myself. Got a full tank of gas, a half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark and I'm not wearing sunglasses. Huh?
You smoke cigarettes?
No.
Oh.
You never seen Blues Brothers?
No.
Oh.
Shame on me. Sorry, I didn't get the reference. That's why I'm like, wait, what?
You need to see Blues Brothers.
Oh,
There he is.
There's the speed trap. There's the popo.
Dude, we're going 20. People, we're gonna get past doing 70.
I knew I smelled bacon.
So we're on our way to JoeFest, which I'm pretty excited about. I've never been. I'm hearing it's about 75% Joe's, but it's a big enough show that 25% of the other stuff's worth it. I know I've had people. We've gotten a few reports. It sounds like it's a good show. I know AFA and CAS is going to be there, and I mean, what are you looking forward to, Jason?
I'm looking forward to 25% of the show.
Amen. I am too. It's going to be a good show. I think I'm just looking forward to being in a show again. One that big.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
I'm looking forward to seeing new parts of Georgia.
Yeah.
I haven't lived here for 2 years. There's places I want to go and see, and I can't wait to see the inside of this convention center in Augusta.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to Augusta.
Just right on the border of South Carolina, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like on the map when I was trying to figure stuff out, because I knew it was pretty close. If I've been to Augusta, it's because I'm going to Savannah.
I've driven through there when we lived in New York on our way down to visit my in-laws here in Atlanta, so I've driven through there. I just never stopped and got out of the car.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good convention center. It looks like it's on the river. Looks fancy. So we'll see. Yeah. Is anything I know? What are you looking for?
Micro machine and a couple acrylic cases. Try to upgrade some of my star cases. I mean, I have a very limited number of vintage in the box stuff, and they're in star cases, so I'm looking forward to kind of upgrading that. Because those acrylics, they really take it up to a next level.
Oh, they do, man.
You take one out of you take a, what am I trying to say? You take a figure that's in a crappy figure in a star case, and you put that crappy figure in an acrylic case, and it just like takes it up a couple notches.
Yeah.
Even though it's the same figure and it looks crappy, yellow bubble and whatever.
Yeah, that's what I need to pick up some more cases, because Mandy's been buying. My wife's been buying a bunch of men on card crap, and I've just been like stealing acrylics off of my stuff, and I look and I have no acrylics left. So it's time to buy some more. So I'm looking forward to talking to Marcy from AFA. Hopefully she'll be there and pick up some good cases, some good deals of cases. But worst comes to worst, Ian will be in town in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But you'll be out of town.
I'll be out of town.
Oh.
I have a whole laundry list of things I need you to do at the summer social, so
Yay!
get ready.
I'm going to be Jason's wingman.
Yeah, there's going to be swag, so I'm going to have to give you some of my swag so you can trade for swag.
It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good crowd. I know I'll be thinking of you.
So thanks.
Not much, but
I will remember you. As you're partying.
it'll be a fun party. But yeah, I mean, as far as what I'm looking for, I know what I'm going to look for at the shows, but then I forget what I want to look for when I'm at a show, and then it's just whatever catches my eye. You know, it's the Galactic Heroes. I'll be looking for some Bill and Ted stuff. I'm kind of upset because
I thought you were done with that.
Yeah, but I want prototypes now.
Oh.
And I'm
more.
I want more.
Kylo Ren. More.
I want. I'm kind of upset because I did miss the opportunity to buy a prototype on eBay for fairly cheap, and I was just being too cheap. And then somebody grabbed it, and then they posted a video of it on YouTube, and Justin's like, "Look at this!" And I'm like, "Son of a gun! I had the opportunity to buy that, and I didn't."
That's why you gotta just buy it when you see it, because you might never see it again.
Yeah, and then I'd like to have a Napoleon, but the Napoleons that I know where are a couple of $1,000s for one figure.
You just need a raise at work.
Yes, that would be awesome. Which, yeah. So yeah, Celebration's looking better for me because, yeah, like Jason said, I just need a raise, which I don't like bragging, but yay, raise time, which it basically is like they finally took care of me after like 5 years of not getting one. They said, here's this raise that you should have got over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. So Celebration's looking better for me. I just got to convince Mandy to let me go because I want to go.
Well, I got a bed.
Awesome.
A separate bed from my own, I should.
You don't want a spoon?
Clarify. No, thank you.
That'd be awesome. There's nothing better than when you get a hotel room with a buddy and you think it's going to be one bed or two beds and you get there and it's one.
I'm sleeping on the floor.
You put the pillows. At least that happened to me a few years ago. I went to Texas with a friend of mine, and we get to the hotel room, and they're like, "Here's a king," and we're like, "I'm like, dude, what's going on?" He goes, "Oh, I wasn't paying attention when I ordered it. I figured I could just change it when we got here," and we couldn't, so we had to share a bed. And then the alarm went off at like 2 a.m, which really messed things up. So, but yeah, I think he got the room for free because he pitched a fit. He never gave me my half back.
Nice friend.
Yeah, he is. But it was a buddy that I've known for like 30 years, so it wasn't too weird. But yeah, I'm hoping to find some Galactic Heroes prototypes, some Bill and Ted prototypes, or just some, I don't know, I'll see. I'll know when I find it. Maybe I'll end up finding more crap for my wife because she's like 4 left. She needs to get the Power of the Force Ewoks now, the last 17 Ewoks on a card, so maybe I'll find one. I don't know, but I don't want to spend $200 on a carded Ewok right now because she's freaking,
she's on a tear.
She really is. She's got real lucky because she's made some good deals with Second Chance to get them, and I've made some good deals for her. So, but yeah, she's been on a tear with men on card Ewoks. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to just seeing people again, seeing friends, because like I always say with these shows, a bad toy show is better than a good day at work.
Yeah. I'll agree to that. Go shopping toys.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a good show. It looks huge. I think there's 200 plus vendors that are going to be there. We'll be there. Well, I'm going to say, if you see us there, come say hi, but this is recording. Yeah, you're going to get this. I guess this will come out. Yeah, this will come out this week, I guess.
If you saw us, reach out and say hi.
Yeah.
Past tense that?
Yeah. So I'm hoping that, we'll on the way back up, I'll get some interviews, and then on the way back up, we can have a review on the show, because, like I said, it's a 2.5-hour drive, and we got nothing better to do than to sit here and talk for 2 hours.
Gosh. Are we adding time on the clock? How is it only still an hour and 45 minutes out there?
Right. It's so weird because, yeah, I've got my little recorder sitting on my dash, and we're just sitting here talking. But, dude, did you watch Bad Batch?
I did.
What'd you think?
I was afraid Cad Bane was going to die.
I was, too. I kept watching it because I think I was listening to another podcast, and they're thinking that Cad Bane being introduced here is just a way for them to say, hey, remember this character? And then he's going to show up in The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
or Boba Fett.
Setting up the rivalry between Cad Bane and Fennec.
Yeah.
Because, I've said this before, I appreciate finality. I think that's the proper word, a proper conclusion. So I want to know how Cad Bane gets it in the end, how he gets his comeuppance, and yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I think it'll be fitting if he finds that end with Boba Fett.
Yep. Yeah, some epic standoff.
Yeah.
Between Boba Fett and Cad Bane would be awesome.
And I also think it was, now they say that Boba Fett is Alpha and she's Omega, so the beginning and the end. So that was kind of cool to see the Boba Fett reference in there.
Yeah.
I thought it was a real, I don't know, there again, it almost went into more of a filler episode, but I think more stuff happened.
Yeah, why are the cloners caring about Omega? Like, the Empire shut down the cloning program. You don't need to make clones anymore. What difference does it make if you have Jango's DNA? You can clone anyone. Really?
Right.
I don't know.
And would they really, if they got her, how hard is it to get DNA? Are they going to have to, cut her up, or do they just draw blood?
I think it would be just drawing blood like they did with Grogu.
Okay. But maybe it's the whole, now they got to make sense of Snoke. Now they got to, set the backstory for Snoke.
Yeah, my son and I were kind of wondering what was inside those tubes in the planet that Omega... There was green tubes and there's something inside of it, and it looked like giant Snokes, but the eyes were too big and the head was too big to be Snoke. When she shattered the one tube and it fell on top of Fennec,
yeah,
you got a better idea of what was inside those things. And I thought maybe it was some sort of creature that, I don't know, it was just weird, and it wasn't Snoke, but I thought it was Snoke. And if I was a storyteller, I would try to not make it look so close to Snoke, to try to differentiate it, because of the association between cloning and Snoke. And I don't know, that's just me.
Yeah, I would have made it. Yeah, it looked too much like an alien to me.
It did. Too much like a typical gray alien that us humans kind of have in our archetypes.
Right. But, it was cool. Also, the way that Fennec Shan was like, kids, you got to rely on yourself. And then she kind of, Omega took it upon herself to, basically rescue herself. And finding the escape hatch and everything. I don't know. I'm enjoying Bad Batch. I think the last two episodes were better. I think this one was okay. Right? And I just hope that they didn't wrap up one storyline and now they're just going to be all over the galaxy again.
Yeah, how does it end? Are they just hiding out on a planet and become farmers?
They'll go find what's his name and become farmers.
Urso?
No, the one. Yeah, Urso or the one other clone. What's the other clone's name? Ace.
Cut.
Cut. There you go. They'll go find Cut and become farmers.
So what happens to all retired clones that become farmers?
Yeah, probably.
I'm just a simple man farming in the galaxy.
And it'd be cool if, maybe they find Boba Fett. Would you really want them to come back live action?
No.
No.
Well, it sounds like Rex's.
Did we talk about Rex with a cape, the toy, last episode?
I think so. $5?
Yeah. An extra $5 for the cape, which I think's ridiculous. But and then, is Dave Filoni going to bring back Ahsoka in this?
Ahsoka might be in it.
Because you've seen the memes of Anakin and Padme, where Anakin says something. Well, somebody apparently did one where it was Dave Filoni and Padme, and they reversed it or something, and it was basically Padme looking at Dave Filoni and going, "It's great to have a
series without Ahsoka."
Yeah, series without Ahsoka, and she's just staring at him, and then
he's serious.
Yeah.
And then she turns serious, wait. If Rex shows up and he's working with Ahsoka, there's a chance that Ahsoka will pop her head up.
Well, they already had the twins or the sisters pop up, so I was fully expecting Ahsoka to be really close to the sisters, but and then somebody said
This is who the sisters working for. They're working for Ahsoka.
Right. And then they also, Ahsoka in Rebels shows up with a clone head, with that droid head thing. But I think it's too far apart to make a connection, time-wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could totally see Ahsoka showing up on this show, but I guess we'll have to see.
It's like 15, 16 years between Bad Batch and the Rebels.
Wow.
And then freaking Marvel, or Hasbro released a Sylvie. Uh-oh, it's another trap.
Oh no. Maybe I need to slow down a bit.
Hasbro released a Sylvie, Lady Loki action figure 1 week after she premieres, and here we are still waiting for an image of Boba Fett from Mandalorian Season 2.
Yeah, I commented on that post, because Hasbro post, I was like, dude, we're waiting for stuff that's come out a year ago, and people were defending Hasbro. They're like, well, they've already announced it. It's like, but you're missing the point.
Right.
The show debuts on Wednesday, and Friday they're announcing the figure, and it'll be in stores the next week.
Yeah, it's just get your act together, Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
What difference does it make if I know Boba Fett's going to be in the next season of The Mandalorian? Just make the freaking figure.
Right, because obviously Marvel's keeping a tight lip on everything because you're not seeing the figures till they are on the show.
Yeah.
So it's got to be something with Lucasfilm, and it's got to be something where they're like, well, we could just put a cape on Rex and dirty him up a little bit, and charge $10 more for him, and these idiots will buy him.
And we didn't talk about did we talk about the Vintage Collection 4-pack Bad Batch?
I don't think
Amazon? Because they announced this Bad Batch collection, and only one of the figures is actually in the Bad Batch, Rex.
Jeez. Yeah,
So
I was
far.
looking at that. Why would they do that?
I don't know. It's just weird.
Because us idiot Star Wars fans will buy anything.
Well, if you're going to make a 4-pack of the Bad Batch, put the Bad Batch in the 4-pack.
Right.
There's 4 people from the Bad Batch. I think it just means that they're coming eventually. We can expect that.
Right. And then what did you think of, going back to the episode, the fact that Hunter, or the sniper guy, Crosshair, do you think he's going to become Dengar?
No.
Yeah.
Dengar was already in a couple episodes of the Clone Wars, voiced by Simon Pegg.
Mm-hmm.
So no, Dengar's a completely different character.
Yeah, I think people are just grasping at straws.
Just because you throw a diaper on your face doesn't mean you're Dengar, okay?
But it could, man.
It's not. It's not.
Maybe he'll become something else. But I guess we'll see what happens. Because, I heard on another podcast that they were even saying that the way Dengar got all scarred up because him and Han Solo got in some kind of pod race or something, or scoot bike race, and Han Solo burned him with this afterburner. So that's why Dengar's all messed up, and that's why Dengar was all in on capturing Han Solo.
Interesting.
And read the EU, man.
There's so much of the EU, and it doesn't matter anymore, so it's like, why go back?
Yeah.
A lot of it wasn't that good.
It
I'll
was.
say it.
Yeah. You got to
Some-
pick and choose.
Yeah, some of it was really good.
Yeah, dude. I'm almost giving up on that new Thrawn book because it's hard. It's a slow read because it's a lot of military, and it's just. I don't want to say it's dry. I enjoyed Timothy Zahn's writing, but this one is just I'm having trouble getting into. And then Into the Dark comes out on Tuesday, so that means that book's going to get shelved because I really enjoyed Light of the Jedi, and I want to see what happens on that in that story because
The High Republic.
the High Republic stuff, yeah, the High Republic stuff's awesome. It did a good job with it. There's a lot. It was the Into the Light or whatever, Light of the Jedi was just such a good book. That Into the Darkness, I hope they can keep it up because it was very well written, and I know they're changing authors up, so maybe they won't do what the sequel trilogy did and go a separate way. Maybe they at least have a plan.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. But I'll still buy the third Thrawn book just so I have the trilogy, and it may take me 2 years to read through it. Plus, I'm one of those guys where I gotta have complete silence when I read because I I can't concentrate.
Yeah.
I'll go to bed and I'm trying to read, and my wife will get on TikTok, and I'm just like, I'm trying to read.
Shut
Be
it
quiet.
down. Shut it down. Tic-tac somewhere else.
Yeah. I would really want to buy her some headphones because it's kind of ridiculous sometimes.
You got a raise now, so maybe in this toy show we could find some Ewok headphones she can wear.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. And TikToks, I mean, I get caught up in it, but if you're not on the phone with somebody and if you hear somebody doing TikTok, it's the most annoying thing ever because it's just the same stuff, like a 5-second or 15-second clip over and over and over again. Because
it's addicting. It's gambling almost. It's slot machine. What comes next?
Right.
Pull the lever. Let's see.
Yeah.
I was excited this week. Yakface said that Ponda Baba and Dr. Cornelius Ezevan is coming to the Black Series, which I think I might have to get 2 of those, one for the box, one for the open.
Uh-oh.
I think those are going to be cool figures. I want to see them first, but I'm happy that they're starting to pull some of from the parking lot, some of the B and C list characters, because it's just Luke and Leia Han over and over and over again.
But everybody buys them. I mean, I think the only way to really combat this stuff is quit buying them.
Yeah. Well, and like we've mentioned before, Lucasfilm wants those on the shelves, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
Which makes me think maybe there's some sort of, because of the timing, maybe there's some sort of Cantina Black Series setup coming or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they're doing with the new Black Series thing.
They said it's not a vehicle, so it could be a playset.
Yeah.
Cantina playset, which would be awesome because of my Project McClunky that I'm working on.
I know one person that would lose his crap over it.
Me?
Well,
Ryan.
Ryan. Because, he's a Cantina guy.
Yeah, he is.
Have you picked anything up lately?
This week I did get my Walmart vintage collection figures, the Paplu, the ATST driver, or the ATST, some people refer to it. You're gonna go you gotta say ATST. And then Leia. And they came in pretty good. Like, Paplu came in a bag, and I was like, oh shoot. I'm opening the thing, and my wife's like, what? And I'm like, this is a figure. And she's like, oh no. And there was just a slight crease, which I'll take as a win because it wasn't stepped on, so that was good. But that was about it. I did go to Walmart. Somebody posted in the Georgia Collective Action Figure group that there was some of the retro collection at the local Walmart, and I got to the Walmart and they were just all bent cards. I'm like, what the hell? Who did that? They had everything. They had Cara Dune, but all the cards were bent up and disfigured, and I just left them on the shelf.
You gotta wonder if Walmart's doing that as a FU to collectors.
Maybe they just don't care because those cards are so paper thin. Like, if you just reach your hand in and grab them all at the same time, you're gonna bend them.
Yeah. Well, I know I've been to Walmart and you're checking out, and the lady they don't care. The cashiers don't care, and they're just grabbing stuff up, and it's like, please be careful with that stuff. And they're like, what? And as they're throwing it in a bag.
It's just like dragging. Yeah, it's just. That's why they got self-checkout now.
Yeah. Well, it's not because Walmart's cheap and they don't want to pay people.
Walmart's the worst. I said it. They're not a sponsor. Walmart's the worst.
Yeah, Walmart sucks. Target's not much better, though. I'm still waiting on that retro Boba to come back up. The prototype thing.
Yeah, prototype.
Which I got it saved, so it oh crap, that's on the 25th.
July 25th.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Sunday.
be hung over that day because my wife's birthday is the 24th.
You gotta set your alarm for like 12 at night, and then 4 in the morning, and just keep checking.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I know my wife picked me up. I think it's a European exclusive little mini Lego Ghost. You know, that little box, something, and a paper thing. Oh, we just passed the rest area. Oh well.
And any exit, sure you'll find it.
Yeah, I'm good. I got a very weak bladder, and it sucks on road trips. But anyway, she picked me that. that up, and that's in my Lego collection. And I know she picked me up something else, and I can't remember what it is right now. I'll remember it later. But yeah, sort of late Father's Day presents. And I did see they are releasing the Mando fighter on Legos. So I'm gonna have to pick that up when it comes out.
This is the way.
Yes. So it's only gonna be about $60. I mean, it looks kind of crappy, but to me, when they said it was $60, I'm like, I can deal with the crappiness of it, because when you get a really cool kit, you know, you're like the Razor Crest is like $130, and that was awesome, but you can't pay $130 every time for a Lego set.
No, that gets costly real quick.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right. I don't know what else.
I don't know either.
Just hit the toy show.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, yeah, we'll hit you back. We'll probably get some interviews at the toy show, and stay tuned next week, because I think this is like a half an hour. So it's good enough for an episode. So y'all have fun, and have a good week. We'll hit you up next week. We'll continue this episode for the toy show. Oh, dude, we got a couple of emails before I go anywhere, didn't we? Can you pull those up, or do I need to? I sent you one.
Yeah, I can pull up one email.
But we had another guy that had questioned our last episode, kind of where we were going with it. And I don't have the guy's name, and I'm sorry, because I'm driving and I can't get to it right this second. But basically,
Ted?
Was it Ted?
Is that the one you're talking about?
No, the guy was it Ted, or was it another? Ted was the one that I sent you. And then I said there was another guy, like right after the episode came out, that I sent you on chat.
Let me pull that up.
Yeah, pull that. We're going to look at that, man. Jason's being a good navigator. I don't know if I put the guy's name down. Samuel Sams. He was basically asking. There we go. All right. So I pulled it up.
I got it here, so you can drive.
All right. So Samuel Sams, and Jason, you read it.
The full email?
Or just read, I guess.
The questions.
Yeah, ask the questions.
The part about I was a bit confused as to why you brought up this topic.
Yes.
Within the hobby.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we'll talk about that real quick.
You're pretty vague about what upsets you. I just think about being assholes and focusing just on plastic and not caring about the people involved.
Right.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's like, dude, we got into this thing to have fun and remember our childhood, and it wasn't who has the best collection. You know, the collection is just sort of the tip of the iceberg. You know, that's just the icebreaker. And yeah, the collection's the icebreaker to get to know people. So
right.
That's pretty much why, you know, it doesn't matter if you got like 5 pieces or if you have 5,000 pieces. It's the fact we all collect Star Wars, and it's the collection needs to be the icebreaker to get to know people. Yeah,
so just saying don't be an asshole is very compelling, but I'm sorry, that's just what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
But thank you for the email, I appreciate that.
Yeah, Sam, thanks.
And then, let's see, we had one from Ted, who is a host of a podcast called The Force, of course. He's, does he have any questions?
He just was, I guess, saying how much he liked the podcast.
Yeah.
And
thanks.
Thanks. And he brought up a story about a puzzle that he had gotten, and he actually talks about it in his podcast. He got a puzzle for Father's Day, and it just brought up the wealth of emotions, just like we talked about how, you know, an item is going to bring up a wealth of emotions, and his son had bought him a puzzle. He talked about a puzzle that him and his sister made when they were kids, and it was like his first puzzle piece, or first Star Wars toy, because the toys weren't out till after Christmas, and then his son went and bought it for him, and it was a cool story. His podcast is really awesome. It's a one-man podcast. They're about 20-minute episodes, so it goes really fast.
Bite-sized.
Yeah, they're bite-sized episodes. So, and it's very well done. He's got a really good radio voice, which I'm kind of jealous of, but...
Welcome to NPR.
Yeah, he's got an awesome radio voice. But Ted, thanks. So check out his podcast, Force of Course. It's good for, you know, like a little bite-sized if you got like 20, 30 minutes to kill, and, you know, good on a quick commute.
Cool.
Yeah, awesome. Well,
on to the toy show.
On to the toy show. This is the way. So we just walked into JoeFest, and I guess our first thing is you got to wait in line because we pre-purchased tickets, so you got to wait in line to get a badge, which is cool with me. But instead of them having a line for pre-purchased tickets, you've got to be in a line to purchase tickets. So the line's moving really slow to get in, and people are getting aggravated. This one guy's yelling at the poor guy that's running the door, which, the guy at the door has no control over the way things are ran, which, that sucks. Don't yell at the homeboy. Yeah, we're aggravated, but what you going to do? They have it poorly organized. But, it's a con, and we're happy because we're at a con. But, Jason, what's your feelings?
It's frustrating.
It's frustrating because we've been waiting. It's only been about 5 minutes, and it does seem like there's only 2 people running the ticketing, and they should be moving a little faster or have a way that they can say, hey, you already purchased, go. Here you go. But, we'll report more when we get in. It looks pretty awesome in there. And now the line's moving a little bit better. Just ran into club member Tony. Tony, you were just showing me some Masters of the Universe stuff, man. What you get?
I just got several Motu classics.
Yeah.
Yeah, just different figures and pretty good deal.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know who that dude is with the eyes.
Whiplash and
Nice.
Too Bad, Spikor, Webster. All kinds of guys.
Yeah, like I was telling you, man, I got to stay away from those because it's another rabbit hole for me, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And, of course, I got some vintage G.I. Joes.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been we only made it like halfway through it. We're not even halfway through it. It's overwhelming so far.
Yeah.
How long you been here?
I got here last night.
Oh, so you got the VIP passes and stuff?
Now just got it. Just came for the show and then got the $20 pass.
Oh, okay, awesome. Very cool.
But yeah, we're having a good time. I'd recommend anybody come to this because it's a great con.
Yeah, it's been a great show so far. And like I said, we're here. We just hadn't even made it all the way around.
Yeah.
Cool, Tony. Good seeing you, man.
Good seeing you, man.
Yeah, I don't know if we're handshaking.
I'm handshaking.
Awesome, dude.
I'm handshaking.
Left hand free, so I'm just gonna.
I'm handshaking, hugging. It don't bother me.
Oh, awesome. Well, cool, Tony. I'm sure I'll run into you again, man.
All right, man.
Have a good show.
All right, y'all take care.
Thanks, man.
Hey, this is Jason. I'm just walking through JoeFest right now, looking at things. Sorry, bumping into people. I just picked up a Black Series display for $25. It's not bad. But yeah, JoeFest is it's good. It's bigger than Toylanta. There's a good selection of stuff, all kinds of stuff. Comic book, Star Wars, Marvel Legends, obviously G.I. Joe because that's the namesake of the show. We've bumped into quite a few people that we knew from the club, so that's good that people came out this way, all the way out to Augusta from Atlanta, which is depending on where you are, a 2-hour drive to attend the toy show. And I think it's easier to access because it's one big room, everyone's spread out, unlike Toylanta where everything was tight together. We're after lunch, and it's died down a little bit, which is good. It's easier to navigate and kind of negotiate and see things. You can actually get closer to the booth than we could earlier this morning. But yeah, just saw an Ahsoka CW 44 from the Clone Wars for $185 to kind of give you a sense as to how much that piece is worth now.
Hey, Danny, the show's going good for you guys?
Yes, it's going great. Having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the show going? Like, is this better than Toylanta or comparative? Or?
It's
Comparative.
yeah.
Comparative?
Yeah, I'd say it's comparative, especially with the mix of toys. I mean, there's a lot more 3 3/4 opposed to Toylanta, which is primarily a 1/6 scale G.I. Joe show.
Right.
But all shows carry toys, and they have a pretty good selection. They got some good folks from out of town that you get to see differently here. People from Maine, West Virginia. There's a guy from Texas. Guy from Chicago is here set up. So, yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. Just to see people that you generally don't see all the time in the Atlanta or Georgia area. So,
right.
It's been pretty cool.
Cool. And you're making money?
Doing the best we can. You can always make more. You never can, you can't say, well, made enough for today. I'm done. But
Right.
so far so good. I mean,
Awesome.
they got a good crowd turnout and everything. And
Yeah, this morning was kind of crazy. It seems like
Yeah.
it let off after lunch. But
yep, there's a lot of stuff, other things going on here at the convention center. So we've been kind of having to duck and dart around things. But
Right.
we've really, it's a nice facility. It's a good hotel. So. That's all we need.
Right.
Elevators work.
There you
We're
go.
great.
You got towels. He wants to buy something.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell some. See, you called it.
Yeah, there we go. All right, y'all have a great rest of your show.
All right, thank you.
The lesson, man. You spend more than you make.
Yeah.
Cool. What kind of stuff you selling today?
G.I. Joe's, got some Tales from the Crypt, some Batman, little mixture of everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pokemon, Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I'm noticing. I've heard it was like 75% Joe's, but there's a good mix of stuff.
There's a great mix of stuff, yeah.
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 Awesome. Tell me what's your store name and if you got
House of Heroes, Comics and Collectibles. We're in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I've seen you around a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
How's the show going for you so far?
Pretty good. A lot of people having a lot of fun.
Awesome. You selling a lot of stuff?
Selling a lot of stuff.
What's
making people happy.
What's selling the most?
A lot of Lord of the Rings stuff from the old '78 cartoon. Doing
Oh, wow.
that. A lot of stuff from the '70s. The old Buck Rogers toys, all that. '70s coming back, I guess.
Oh yeah, 70s, 80s. I guess
Yep.
it's the next thing, man.
Yep.
But yeah, looks like you got a good mix of stuff. It's both of these booths, this.
This is all Blue Ridge Toys and Comics.
Oh, where are you guys at?
We're out of Virginia and Tennessee, right across the state line. If you look where Virginia, Tennessee, and North Carolina meet, there's a little spot right there, and I live right there. If I wasn't too lazy to walk.
Are you just online, or you have a shop?
Mostly just do shows.
Oh,
a little
awesome.
bit online, but mostly just shows.
Awesome. Yeah, I do like that free Boba Fett offer because that's the only one I've seen in the whole show.
Oh.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Thank you. Good
Appreciate
luck.
you, brother.
Have a good show. Conversation.
Uh-oh.
You got a bunch of Funko Pops.
Yes, and I'm trying to find my picture of my display of my Funkos.
What's your favorite series? Lord of the Rings? Funkos?
Yes, it is. Lord of the Rings.
You have them all?
Yes, I do.
Really? The thing I hate about Funko is you finally get a thing finished, and then they release more.
Oh, absolutely. A second series or a third series, yes. I just purchased, I haven't received it yet, but the new Princess series, because I had to get the new Ariel.
Okay.
I collect Little Mermaid stuff. That's
way,
my
I'll meet
jam.
Yeah, my granddaughter's got red hair, and we're trying to push her towards the Little Mermaid,
awesome.
Ariel.
Ariel's the bomb.
Yeah.
She was, this is when I graduated high school is when Little Mermaid came out. So it's, it's my favorite. It's
Right.
my favorite princess. I can't find my photo, of course, now that I need it.
What are you guys selling?
He does book page sketches. This is a version of his original artwork, and then he takes the original. It's on a Indiana Jones novel. He sketches the character on the page, and then he'll do a print as well. The originals are 25, prints are 5.
That's not bad for an original.
The originals were Outlander.
I do not think so. I think these are the only. Let me check. We have a lot of the ladies have loved the
It's not a
Outlander.
thing that I'm into. For no reason, I just never got into it. She loves Outlander.
Spot, go to booth 32 and 33 and look for the winning USS flag sign.
She's looking through. I don't see. Is that a flow? That looks like no. That's not flow.
No, the Avengers.
Oh.
With $500.
What you looking for, Kathy?
You don't have original Outlander, do you?
No. If there's originals, they'll have a sticker on them to say.
Oh yeah, I
There's
forgot.
originals.
I forgot about the sticker. Sorry.
There you go.
Food's here.
Yay, food!
Dave's right back there.
I'll take 2 prints then.
Okay, sure. I'll sign them up for you.
How's the show going for you guys?
Oh, it's wonderful. Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. Lots of great, man. Toys, video games, art. What's not to love?
Right. What's plug your art?
All right. Hey, I'm Jared Albrecht, the yard sale artist, and I draw book page sketches mostly, where I draw characters from the books on pages of the books. Check me out at Yard Sale Artist, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. It's all at Yard Sale Artist.
Sounds like you've said that before.
I have my own podcast.
You really?
Several.
Yes.
I have plugged myself so many times.
Long Box Crusade.
Yeah, Long Box Crusade podcast channels where all my stuff is, mostly.
Awesome. Yeah, we're just starting. We're, what, like 50 episodes in? Something like that?
We just hit our 56.
Oh, wow.
We're right there with you.
What do you guys talk about?
Comics mostly, and then we got a show about old TV shows and movies and serials like of bygone that people have forgotten about that are kind of cool.
Yeah. Like what kind of bygone series?
We've been doing the 1954 Sherlock Holmes. We did the 1936 Flash Gordon serial. Now we're in the 1943 Batman serials.
Nice. Very cool.
Oh, she's found her Funko, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. See, you're an out-of-box person. You're like me. You're like me.
I am.
There's our podcast.
But they are still contained within, so they're not going to get too messed up.
Right. The only one I haven't taken out of the box is I've got a glow-in-the-dark Marty that I haven't taken out of the box.
Now, see, what you don't see is I have a whole nother shadow box, and that's my Lord of the Rings collection. It's in a separate room. Yes, it's separate.
Right.
I only have James Bond Funko Pops. That's it.
Yeah, we had about 400 of them, and it probably sold half of them. You get that.
I actually have the app that I track my purchases on.
Oh, yeah.
My want list is about $4,000 worth of Funkos. But my have list, because one of the ones I have is kind of rare, it's like I have about $3,000 worth of Funkos. But,
yeah, it adds
but
up.
I don't buy them for that. I buy them because I love them.
Right.
That's why we do.
Yeah, exactly. Things have shot up. Everything's shot up. It's crazy.
Yes.
Cool. Thanks for
It's
the.
nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you guys. You'll have a great rest of your show.
So you guys got Smuggler's Galaxy?
Smuggler's Galaxy.
I like it.
Thank you.
And it's a cassette tape.
I know, I dig it. So in case you want a voice drop, here you go. Hey, this is Jared Albrecht, the yard sale artist, and you're listening to Smuggler's Galaxy. Smuggle it all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go.
In case you rolled it
Yeah. Goodbye.
That's how. Okay.
But it's recording, so. All right.
Can you turn this off?
Yeah, let's turn these off. You all right, Jason?
Tired. It's a long day.
Yeah, it was a long day, but it's a good day, man.
I was up at 7, and here it is, 4:30. We're driving back. We've got another 2.5 hours before we get back to Atlanta.
And we would be back at like 6, but it took us an hour to get out the daggum parking garage.
And it's a literal hour, not a figurative hour.
Right. And yeah, what was your impressions, man?
I liked the show a lot. I mean, it was pretty big. It was all in one room. You didn't have to go up and down stairs to try to figure out where.
Just keep talking.
Just checking the.
I was just checking to make sure it was
making sure
recording.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to go up and down the stairs to go to different vendors. Everything was self-contained in one room. There's a lot of vendors, which is nice. A lot of selection. But it's all G.I. Joe, and that's a completely different world than Star Wars. I mean, they had unpainted heads in like cases stacked 3 high and across a 6-foot table, and you can customize your G.I. Joes, and there was extra weapons there, and I'm sure some of them were reproduction, and I mean there's people on the floor just going through maybe a 12-inch by 24-inch box, just pulling out weapon upon weapon upon weapon. You can't get that in Star Wars because there's no repro, and anything that's vintage is treated like royalty. They're not going to be thrown in a box anymore because it's worth something.
Yeah.
So that was my first impression.
Yeah. When I first walked in there, I was very, very overwhelmed with the amount of toys, vintage toys that they had. I didn't see, it had its fair share of Black Series, but it wasn't overwhelming like I've seen in other shows, or they had 1 or 2 pop vendors, and that was it. So that was cool. But yeah, it took us an hour and a half, 2 hours to walk the show the first time.
Yeah.
Which
we made 3 laps.
Yeah. So we only made 3 laps, and normally at a toy show I'm making like 10. So that's how big this thing was, and how much compactness it had in it. I really thought the vintage prices were legit. I mean, they had some high-end stuff, but the normal, all the carded stuff looked right where it should be.
Yeah. Wish that there was more variety, kind of like what we're saying. It's very limited Star Wars compared to G.I. Joe, but it is a G.I. Joe show. But I'm just looking for a Star Wars show that's not Celebration.
Yeah. Even Celebration isn't vintage, man. It's
a lot of modern.
It's whatever's hot right now. Celebration is like you got a lot of people trying to sell their wares, or you got a company that's doing one thing that's Star Wars, and they're going to be there, and that's what they're selling. So like they have Cross Pins that does a line of Star Wars pins, and they're going to be there. So a watch company, they're going to be selling their watches because it says Star Wars on it. It's not a whole lot of toys; it's collectibles. But
it would be great to have a Star Wars toy show.
Yes, that's just Star Wars.
Maybe someday.
Someday. But yeah. It was cool. It was once we got out of Augusta. What'd you think of Augusta? The little bit we saw of it. Well,
those Pride celebrations were going on, so it was.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say what I'm trying to say without being.
It was an interesting mix of people.
Yeah.
Because you had the toy show, and you had Pride, and then it looked like there was a farmer's market or something going on. And yeah, we're at the restaurant, and we're two straight guys, and everybody's like giving us side eye, and like, hey man, how you doing? And we're like, dude, we're just friends. So,
not that there's anything wrong with it.
You're right.
We're just friends.
Exactly. It was interesting going in there, and everybody's got the rainbow flag and stuff. Not that
there's anything wrong with it.
Exactly. I'm not saying but
I'm gonna have to go back to Augusta and see it when it's not crowded and when I'm not tired and wanting to go home and eat dinner.
Right. But I think actually my wife made off like a bandit because Jason actually told me, he goes, quit buying crap for your wife because you haven't bought anything for yourself.
Focus on you. So why don't you start with what you bought for yourself?
Well, I bought the only thing I really got was Back to the Future. Lego did a Back to the Future DeLorean. The box says 2013. I thought it was a little older than that, but it was retired. And last time I saw it was at Atlanta Brake Company, and they wanted $250 for a sealed one. And I found a unsealed one. It was already put together. I got to put it back together, put a couple of pieces back on it. But I found that, and I was, happy with that. And then somebody did some little Mando, did a bunch of signs, and they were like $10 for like a 5-inch sign. So I picked that up. And then AFA was there, basically doing 2-for-1 on their cases. So I had to get a bunch of them because my wife stole all of mine for her win on card runs. So.
Yep, I picked up the AFA cases like we were talking on the way in there. I was hoping that they would be there and have that deal, and they did. I got a Black Series case, a display case. It's a cardboard. The thing you would go like on end caps at Walmart, you would see the end caps with figures in it, and I got one of those for $25. Talked them down from $35, so I'm happy about that. I can display some of the newer Black Series in there. And then I picked up the Legacy Collection Droid Collection. That's what they were called. Right after the Legacy Collection, they changed the backing to look like a... it's not a battle droid. It's an R2. It's a droid collection. So you would build a droid. It's the Build-A-Droid series. And so you're able to build like a protocol droid with the Geonosian, battle droid, there's a TIE fighter pilot. And I missed that the first time around, and I regret not buying it. And the guy gave me a deal for a set of 6 for $90.
And you're totally going to open them and build a droid, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I do. I open things all the time.
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff. They had I guess, I don't know what card back. I guess it's like a 20A or something, but it's got the free Boba Fett offer. They had a Gonk droid on a card, but the guy was wanting he wanted 4 for it, and I showed it to Jason, just like, look how crazy this stuff. Not that it was a bad price, just this is the card I want, and look how much it is. And the guy was like, man, that's crazy. I'll do it for $350, and it stayed sitting there because I didn't have the $350 for it. But
that card was pretty creased.
Yeah, and it was a beat up card.
So I don't know if 350's whatever. I don't know if that's a good deal for it. I think 300, 250 might be better.
Yeah, 250 would have been way better.
For the condition that was in. It wasn't even, I don't know.
The bubble looked decent, but it wasn't. Yeah, it would have been hard to pay $350 for it because it did have a couple of creases in it.
And I think that was at Toylanta, that same figure.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, I think I asked him about it then. I think he said 350, and I was like, excuse me? No, thank you.
But he also may be one of those guys that'll just hold on to it till it sells.
Did you give him a magnet for the podcast? He might be listening.
Probably.
Good job.
Yes. Lower your price of your gunk droid and I'll buy it. Well, we were handing out cards and stuff like crazy, so hopefully we get if you heard us last weekend or this weekend or got it, whatever we released this, thanks for listening. We saw a bunch of, a lot of people we hadn't seen in a minute. We saw Jason and Justin from Atlanta Vintage Toys. They were there. I hadn't seen Justin. I've seen him, but it's been from like 6 feet apart, and now we were able to get up close and personal.
Shake hands.
Yeah, actually shake hands. It's weird because, it's like, it's a weird time right now because it's like, do you do the fist bump? Do you shake hands? And if you shake hands, do you hug? How close you want to get to people? But yeah, it was good to bump into people again. As weird as that sounds.
Tony Harmon. We saw Tony Harmon.
Yep.
Blake.
Yeah, Blake was running the AFA table. That was surprising. It was a nice little surprise. Who else? We saw, Kelly. I forget Kelly's last name, but he was there. He gave me a little, it was a Celebration exclusive Luke X-Wing pilot Galactic Heroes still in the packaging, so that'll go in my Galactic Heroes run.
That's cool.
Yeah. I also forgot that I did pick up one of the bootleg Darth Vader banks that I forget because it was packaged with a bunch of ET and Gizmo crap.
Oh, yeah. This is silver with red eyes.
Yeah.
Ceramic.
Yep. So
bootleg. Bootleg.
Yeah, so I picked that up to add to the army. I think that's my third one that I have. I'm still looking for the Leia and the Chewbacca, and I think they did a 3PO. So I got a soft spot for the bootleg ceramics.
I did see Daryl DePriest there, but he was talking to someone, and I didn't want to interrupt him and just let him go on his day.
Yeah, that's the guy with the book, right?
Yeah, that's the guy we interviewed. Jerry interviewed him. I recorded it for the channel, the Georgia Alliance channel.
Yeah. So, what else? What other? The one thing, I don't know. And this is just me being picky with the way things are. I thought they'd be more like hand sanitizer and stuff, but there wasn't. So that was kind of surprising to me.
Yeah.
At least, huh?
Talk about those Ewoks that you saw for $1,000.
Yeah, I saw some package in the box, the plush Ewoks, the set of 4, and the guy was wanting $1,000 for them, which I was like, yeah, you're a little high, dude. He was like, well, you buy 3, get 1 free, and I'm like, dude, you're still high. That makes him even worse.
Yeah, it's even worse. Jeez.
So it turns out he was wanting like $250 a piece for them, and I've seen them for about $125 to $150. But still, even at that price, I was like, yeah, they can stay right there. I saw I saw a Tri-Logo.
How much did he want for that, what is it, Medcon Boba Fett?
He had a Super 7 Boba Fett, Shogun Boba Fett. He was wanting $475 for.
Is that a good price? Or
no.
That's too high?
Yeah, that's about double what it should be.
Yeah, I mean, there was another guy who was selling, he had the sail barge for $1,800. There's another person selling one for $2,500 with the shipper box.
Yeah, sealed in the shipper box. And then I did see a Unicron, which is the big HasLab transformer, and somebody was wanting like $2,000 for it. So, and those were like $500 retail. I don't think anybody bought it, but people were willing and dealing. If you had cash, they were making deals.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we'll come back next year. I thought it was a better vintage toy show than Toylanta was, at least for what we do, even with it not having a whole lot of stuff. Well, in theory, not having a whole lot of not being a Star Wars show, there were still, I thought there was more Star Wars, more vintage Star Wars than I've seen in a long time at a show.
And better prices than I saw at Toylanta and ICCCCCC.
Right. Oh yeah, I forget about IC. That was 90% Star Wars.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I mean, all in all, it was a good show. It was a nice drive, nice little town. Food was, little bar we stopped at was pretty decent. Yeah, interesting mix of people because it'd be in Pride, but Dragon Con's the same way because Dragon Con's the same weekend as Black Gay Pride, so you always get even more. And so you got, it's Dragon Con, Black Gay Pride, and the SEC opening weekend for SEC football. So it's a fun mix of people for Dragon Con.
Trifecta.
Yes, the ultimate trifecta.
Ultimate trifecta.
So yeah, we ended up walking the floor about 3 or 4 times, and it was about a half hour, 45-minute walk circle. So it was definitely a good show, a good big show as far as I was concerned. I was happy with it.
People did not come back after lunch.
Right.
It was crowded in the morning, and then after lunch it was pretty open. But I think that's typical to most shows.
Yeah.
That's how Toylanta was.
And, there was a lot of decent restaurants, I think, right down the street. But, I think people were... I wonder if that person realizes their car's smoking that bad. But anyway.
Yeah, and it's whining.
Yeah, wow. Oil, lady, oil.
Something's going on there.
That was great.
That's what the engine sounded like.
Boof. No.
It's an Acura or something.
Yeah. But yeah, people... I like walking through toy shows 4 or 5 times because you'll miss stuff and you'll see stuff and they'll put new stuff out. Because I even asked a guy, about micro collection, and he was like, "Oh yeah, man, I've got some that I've got a whole tub of them that he hadn't even put out yet because he hadn't had the room, and he was putting them out. It was kind of like cool, like to put them out now." And but it was all stuff I had. I mean, I've got the full run, but I was hoping to find some weird figures or something. There was a lot of. I thought there was a decent amount of $5 bins or go through bins for vintage figures. I didn't see anything. I was hoping to find something that somebody didn't know about, but I was looking on one guy's booth, and he had all his good figures, quote unquote, in a case, and then he had some last 17 Ewok. I guess it was Warwick, one of the ones with the bows. And I looked and I said, does that say $25? Because I need that bow. And then when I looked at it, it was $125, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, those don't need to be with the run-of-the-mill figures. They need to be over here." So he moved them. But yeah, I saw a blue snag. The only yak face I saw was at AFA.
Yep.
There was a good amount of box stuff, and that stuff was demanding a premium.
Yeah, as it would.
Right. I mean, that stuff was like $500 to $1,000.
Yeah. There's a box. It was pretty mint. Jabba the Hutt for what, $800 did I see?
Was that 8? I saw it, but I didn't pay attention.
I think it was $800.
Their mask is starting to come around a little bit, but that stuff's gone through the roof. I remember a few years ago at one of the first little Martin swap meets, somebody had mask, and I was picking stuff up for $5 complete. I think I spent $50 for 4 or 5 figures, vehicles, and now they're the same figures, the vehicles rather, that I was paying. I paid $5 for a Hurricane, and those are $50 right now.
Oh.
Yeah. The mask has gone through the roof. I didn't pay attention to any of the pop stuffs, but that stuff's gone through the roof too.
There's a lot of Marvel Legends were there. A lot of He-Man. He-Man's coming way back.
Yeah.
It's coming back strong. I couldn't even tell what was vintage and what was modern.
Yeah, look.
It's just a big problem.
Right. Well, they did that whole run of the new stuff.
Yeah.
And the sculpt's different. The face sculpt's different on both of them. Skeletor's like laughing on the newer stuff. And He-Man's just, it's an updated face, but the body looks the same.
Yep.
But
There's tons of that stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. There. What else did we see? It was just a cool day. The guy doing a bunch of buckets, painted up buckets. You see anything weird?
No, I did see a guy who played Jason Voorhees sign a machete.
I was nervous about that dude signing that. Yeah.
And it was sharp.
Yeah.
That was a real machete.
Yeah, one wrong move and he cut himself.
Yeah.
The guy that did a couple of the Gremlins, not the Mogwai, but the Gremlins voices was there. I got his autograph from my
Salacious
wife.
come too.
Yeah. And he was cool. I talked to him for about 10 minutes, which, 10 or 15 minutes, I don't know. He was cool. I like when you can talk to people when you're getting their autograph and spend 15 minutes or so with them, and there's not a real long line, and they're grateful that you want their autograph. I think that's about it. It was,
yeah.
But yeah, if you're on the fence about going to JoeFest, I make the drive because it was one of the better shows. I think it's like the 5th year of it. So yeah, if you're on the fence, make the drive because it was awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice little toy show that's got a lot of variety and great prices. It's almost like Star Wars is an afterthought. Everybody brings their G.I. Joe stuff, and a couple vendors kind of said, next time I think we're going to bring some other things other than Joe.
Right. That's one thing I was disappointed because Toy Department, which is a big store in Cincinnati, was there, and I was excited to see their setup, and they brought everything they had was Joe, except they had a couple of first shot Ewoks, which was cool to see again. But I was hoping they would bring a little bit more selection, maybe a case of Star Wars, but there was no Star Wars to be had, except for those couple of Ewoks prototypes.
Yeah, from the Ewoks line.
Right.
Not from Return of the Jedi or Power of the Force.
Right, the Ewoks cartoon line, which is still, I think they were wanting $2,200 for one and like $4,000 for the other.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, if you wanted to spend thousands, you could have spent thousands in there real fast.
Yes, sir. So
cool. But yeah, go to the show. What do we got? I think we've got July 10th is a show in Brazelton, Spidey's toy show in Brazelton will be there. I know I'm planning on being there. And then I'm trying to think. I'm doing this off the top of my head because I'm driving. Then there's Smyrna. There's a Smyrna show, Legion Con, I think October 23rd. So, and then Cincinnati Toy Show is October 10th. And then there's like another big toy show in September in Cincinnati, which is shaping up to be pretty cool. And then Dragon Con is coming up in the first week of September, Labor Day weekend. So toy shows are back.
Yeah, they are.
And with the fear and a fury.
Yeah, they are. People want to spend their money.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Well, y'all have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, have a good week. This is
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
Still recording. This is the way still.